Welcome to Bat Signals from the Multiverse. This is a Facebook and YouTube live podcast shining a light across Gotham, Marvel, and the entire multiverse of comics, movies, and after the live show, you can catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else you can get your audio fix. Each week, we fire up the signal and explore the stories that keep us hooked. From Gotham's shadows to the Marvel multiverse, from the Batcave to Kroga. We spotlight the worlds that shaped us as fans. Expect comic reviews, movie breakdowns, passionate debates, absurd games, and maybe even a few crossovers. That's literally only we asked for. But you know what? We're gonna do it anyway. Whether you're a Bat fan, an X-Men diehard, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, we're just here for the popcorn. Bat Signals from the Multiverse is the place to be. I'm the host, the self-proclaimed Emperor of Awesome, and with me every week is the co-host with the mostest, the unverified twin of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in the eyebrows, the unverified twin of Dave Batista in the head wrinkles, the unverified twin of Carl Weathers in the mustache,
the flavor,
the unverified twin of Tony Todd in the right earlobe, and the unverified twin of Shamar Moore in the nuts.
Yes, sir.
Brian, how are you? Who are you? What are we doing today?
Good, my friend. We took a couple weeks off. We are back and better than ever. My name is Brian S. Dennis. With this week, the S stands for Cypher. And if you don't get that reference, you will in a little bit.
Yes. So the S is silent. Yeah, it sounds like a C in this one, right?
Yes. And it is a C. It is a C. All right.
You will see anyway. Perfect. Brian, what are we talking about today?
All right. Well, we're just going to do a catch-up episode because, again, we missed the last couple of weeks. Brad and I are both traveling, so we're going to catch up on all things movies, comics, TV show. We're going to talk a little bit about wrestling. As always, we've got our games, and before we end up, we're going to send you off knowing who are our better than us humans of the week, my friend. So let's kick it off, brother.
All right, man. Let's start off with Brian's WWE recap, where he's just going to talk about the status of the WWE, what we kind of think, what are we hoping for. There's a couple of big things that's happened in the last couple of weeks, and you know what? We got to get to it. I got a couple of theories. What do you got?
All right, so real quick, I just catch everybody up on the most recent WWE PLE, their premium live events back in the day. These were called pay-per-views. This took place in Perth, Australia, and it was the Crown Jewel event. The two big matches that typically happen at Crown Jewel, we have the men's world champions from each brand, Raw and SmackDown, facing off, and the women's world champions from each brand, Raw and SmackDown, facing off for the Crown Jewel belt that they don't get to actually keep, but they do get a god-awful Crown Jewel ring that we see maybe once or twice a year. Here's the card, sir, just breaking it down real quick. First off, we did not do our predictions, so I'm just going to get your feedback at the end of the card. First off, we have Bronson Reed taking on Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief. We shall acknowledge him in an Australian street fight. Brad, we've both been wrestling fans for a long time. Don't you love when they take a street fight and got to add some type of descriptor? An Australian street fight, a Boston street fight.
Right.
You know what? I want a Sesame Street fight. That's what I'm looking for.
And so who do you put in the Sesame Street fight? Is it Bert versus Ernie? Or is it a tag match? Is it Bert and Ernie versus Snuffleupagus?
Actually, I thought about this. I want Big Bird versus Elmo. Because I feel like if you gave Elmo the open door, he would go. By the way, we just came out with our next Nerdageddon probably after, because I got an idea for the main of October.
Yeah, we did.
I think in November, we need to do the Nerdageddon with Sesame Street characters. But I feel like you have Big Bird taking on Elmo. We all see the memes with Elmo and there's the flames behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think Elmo would pluck Big Bird and probably serve him for Thanksgiving dinner. So that's my pick.
You know, I think he would probably try to tickle him.
Yeah. By the way, I took him to Elmo. Okay, so not necessarily took me over, but you remember back in the day, they had these toys called glow worms. They were like big kind of transparent worms that glowed like yellow, and then they vibrate a little bit.
Yeah.
I found out later that if you still had a glow worm and you were no longer 8, but you were 28, that glow worm filled other purposes.
Yeah.
Under the bed.
I know.
All right, and
That
I'm
makes
moving
sense.
on. All right, so but with that, so we had probably the biggest upset of the night was Bronson Reed actually defeating Roman Reigns, and they pointed out that in the last several years, Roman Reigns himself had only been pinned by 3 other wrestlers in the past 4 years, with going on 5. So here's your trivia. We know one is Bronson Reed. In the last 4, almost 5 years, only 2 other wrestlers actually pinned Roman Reigns. Do you know those 2 wrestlers?
Cody Rhodes is one.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'll give you a hint. It happened in a tag match, but Roman was pinned.
okay. I am going to say I'm gonna say Seth Rollins.
Jey Uso.
Oh.
It was the
Usos. I remember
Usos.
that now.
It was the Usos versus Roman and Solo Sikoa back when the bloodline was still kind of a thing. The original bloodline. And Jey pinned Roman, and that started the whole deal with Jey eventually winding up on Raw.
Yeah,
Cody, said, pinned him at WrestleMania 40, and then Bronson. Only think about that. Now, you never know in house shows, but Roman doesn't usually wrestle house shows that often. But think about that stat. At least in televised matches, in the last almost 5 years, 3 people have pinned him. 3 people have pinned him. That's impressive.
Well, you know who they're pushing.
Oh yeah, and the match that I would have, and I think, especially when we get a little further in one of the theories, I think we now know a probable WrestleMania main event for one of the brands, well, for the Raw brand, depending on how things are lining up. All right. So with that being said, we move to the Women's Crown Jewel Championship match with Stephanie McCurr, who is the Women's World Champion that's assigned to the Raw brand. Tiffany Stratton, who is the WWE Women's Champion assigned to SmackDown. Bradley, we know how the match turned out, and I think we both were thinking that we were going to pick Stephanie over Tiffany, and that's what happened. It was a good match. And this was, again, Tiffany Stratton's first, at least televised pinfall loss in 2025. So it took her the vast majority of the year to finally be pinned. McCurry's who they're pushing. I'm going to skip the next match to give you the next 2. Io Sky and Rhea Ripley versus Kabuki Warriors. We knew how this match was going to go, but I think what we all were waiting for this match was to see the reaction that Rhea Ripley got. She is probably the most popular wrestler from Australia in the world right now, possibly ever. And of course, the fans did not disappoint. Rhea and Io, or as they're now known as Rio, defeated the Kabuki Warriors.
I like that. And
in the main event, we saw Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes. Seth, the Raw World Heavyweight Champion, defeated Cody, who's the SmackDown undisputed champion again. Cody has lost very few matches since his return. This was the first time, at least in a televised match, we saw Cody pin Seth pin Cody. Again, I think this was the outcome we both were thinking. But in that match, I was very excited. I was watching with my son, and you and I are both old school fans that love ourselves some RVD. And obviously Seth Rollins is a fan because we saw him scale the turnbuckle for the coast to coast. However, instead of doing the traditional coast to coast that both RVD and Shane McMahon pull out, which is you jump from one turnbuckle, try and cross the ring and land in a drop kick, his was landing in a headbutt, which on some level might be easier to do, you would think, just because you're leading the way that you're flying. But maybe the reason why this isn't done is Seth Rollins landed, and as we found out later, he has severely injured his left shoulder.
Yeah.
So we saw.
I don't think this one's a work.
No, this one is not, and I think it's fairly apparent when we talk about what happened the next athlete day, 2 days later on Raw. But we saw Seth, while he won the match, he was quite obviously injured. We'll talk more about that. But then the match that I just really want to talk to you about just a little bit more is it was John Cena versus AJ Styles.
Yeah.
I watched it live. You and I ran into each other at B&B. And you said you hadn't watched it yet, but you've seen some of the spoilers. Have you seen the match?
Oh, God, yes. It's one of the best matches in the last years.
There's already talk that no matter what else happens, this has got to be the match of 2025.
Oh, yeah.
Not only was the match well done, well paced, Cena wound up winning it, but all of that is irrelevant based on the different spots within the match. But it all started off how AJ Styles was introduced thanks to John Cena. Now, if you're not following wrestling or don't know who we're talking about, John Cena is retiring the end of this year. December 13th is the date, the announced date of his final match. Throughout most of the run of 2025, really since WrestleMania 41, in which he became the 17-time world champion, breaking the record as held by Ric Flair, he's been known as the Unseen 17, and he has this real world champion intro that the announcer does, and it's quite obvious it's probably written by Cena, because it's done more as a lyrical rap. With this being his final match with AJ Styles, the match is getting ready to start. You see Cena hand a sheet of paper to the ring announcer, who reads off the introduction for AJ Styles, in which we heard references to TNA, references to the Bullet Club in New Japan, and the face that runs the place. Cena was respectful, AJ was moved, and the crowd lost their ever-loving mind, as we as wrestling fans did. And everything in this match, again, the outcome is truthfully irrelevant. We knew Cena was gonna win. It was a love story to pro wrestling, and that was so cool to watch. Even though Cena probably hit the worst Sister Abigail ever done in a wrestling ring, and it also proved that when you see moves done by someone like Randy Orton, there's a reason why people talk about what an athlete he is. But we saw some of those really cool moments, including John Cena delivering a choke slam.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts on the match? I could talk about it all night, but
my favorite was the Walls of Jericho. Not gonna lie, man.
Yes. However,
I am a Y2J fan. I love Chris Jericho.
Yes.
He's one of my all-time favorite wrestlers, and there's a part of me, and I doubt. I know it's not a big. I know it's a far fetch.
Yes.
But I would love for Jericho to be his final opponent.
Now, this reads into some of the wrestling rumors. Jericho's current contract under AEW, there's no hint that he won't re-sign with AEW. However, his current contract, like all contracts do, is preparing to expire. But AEW is vague, as most organizations are. They're not saying when the contract will expire, but it is. We've been heard again from the rumor mill, end of this year, early 2026. So that is not out of the realm of possibilities. I personally think if he's got one more match in him, it'll be The Rock. But I think that also could be a really bad match. I don't think. Have you seen any photos of The Rock?
He's losing a lot of weight.
Yeah, he's decided he has embraced a man in his mid-50s physique. Good for him. That's got to be hard to maintain, or whatever he was doing to have that physique, whatever. But then we can debate on a future show about who we think his final opponent will be. But but one of the things that possibly is a Jericho rumor as well is either him letting the contract expire to sign with the WWE for one day to go into the Hall of Fame next year. So that is one of the things that there is thought of. Does he leave AEW, even if he returns? Does he leave AEW long enough to go into the Hall of Fame for the WWE late spring in 2026? That'll be in Vegas. Or does he resign? But yeah, I think it'd be very cool if we're seeing Cena there at Saturday Night's Main Event, and just for no other reason we hear break the walls down and he comes out. I would actually prefer that to the Rock match, just given what the match may be. The other thing of it is, did you notice Michael Cole botched the call? So and I think it was Corey Graves goes, that is not the Boston Crab. Cena didn't do it. And again, Cena's doing his best to do mat moves that he does not typically do. So it looked more akin to a true Boston Crab than the Walls of Jericho. But did you hear Michael Cole actually didn't call them the Walls of Jericho? He called it the original name, Quiz. What was the name of the move originally? Before he came to WWE, he called it the Walls of Jericho. Do you know the original name of Jericho's version of a Boston Crab? I'll give you a hint. His nickname then was the Lion.
Was it the Lion Tamer?
Is the Lion Tamer? Yes.
Yeah.
Was the Lion Tamer? All right. So that was great. Typically, when we talk about our wrestling, these pay-per-views or these PLEs, I go, what was your favorite moment? What was your least favorite moment? I'm going to skip all that. I think we will agree. Our favorite moment was the Cena Styles match.
Oh, 100%, man. I mean, it wasn't much more than that. I mean, that was probably about the best that the show was.
After that, the Reed Reigns match was a really good match. Again, we had the upset with the Tribal Thief defeating the Tribal Chief. And none of the matches were bad. We knew what they were going to be. These were the outcomes that they should have been. So again, that's not necessarily a bad thing. There's a reason why Luke beats Vader in the end. That's what should have happened. Then just running into next week on SmackDown, we saw the return of Ilya Dragunov, who won the U.S. title from Sami Zayn. Again, an early match of the year candidate. Probably will not and should not beat Styles Cena, but a great match. We saw Cody versus Drew McIntyre in a brawl. That really just talks about how serious the Jacob Fatu injury is. So WWE's going to have some plans to look at moving into Royal Rumble season. And then back to Monday, at the end of Raw in Perth, Australia, I actually saw the spoilers as soon as I hopped on social media, but I waited till Monday night to watch what happened. We saw Rollins, who started the show with the Vision, ended the show with the Vision, but the actual end of in the ring with the Vision. But we get at the end of that, Bradley, what happened at the end of Raw this past Monday in Perth, Australia?
Well, I think when Rollins hurt himself, they decided they were going to have to move up plans for several months in the future to the next day. And they turned on Seth Rollins. A turn that made absolutely zero sense at that time.
Yes.
But they had to cement it, and I liked it. I didn't get the timing.
Yeah.
We know they're going to be pushing the Bronze. And Brock is back in the mix now. I'm pretty sure they're going to invite Brock in the Vision.
I think they'll need to. So again, this again submits that it was not an actual work. So if you're not familiar in the world of wrestling, wrestling is predetermined. I will not use the term fake. It's predetermined.
Yeah.
So work is something that's been agreed upon. A shoot is when something happens in reality. So this is a legit or a shoot injury with his arm. Many of the reports about nothing from the WWE officially, but it's saying that he will most likely be out for several months, thinking that it's a torn rotator cuff. Similar to the injury that Finn Balor actually got in his match with Rollins when Rollins botched a buckle bomb, and Finn's main event level career never actually recovered. He's been a mid-carder, a great mid-carder, but a mid-carder from that point on. Rollins
he'll probably have to vacate.
Yeah, I was thinking he'll probably have to vacate because the Money in the Bank has been already used. They need to determine that. But here's, again, when Bradley and I are saying it makes no sense from the timing is when you have groups like this, you can go back to Legacy, you can go back to Evolution, you can go back to versions of the Four Horsemen. Usually when you have super groups like this, it's also used to bring up the next big star. Both of the Bronze have a ton of potential. I think it's pretty obvious that we see Braun Breaker having a path to a world championship a little quicker than Bronson Reed, but Bronson Reed would be a great mid-card, even main event level champion. Also, Rollins has worked. Yeah, go ahead.
And they're not ready to be on their own. They need more than just Paul Heyman.
Correct.
They're going to need somebody. They need a fighter with him. And I think Brock Lesnar is going to be the obvious choice.
Would make more
He's
sense.
Already a Paul Heyman guy that
Right. And also, it makes more sense with Rollins, who's been a face for quite a few years now. He really just cemented himself as a heel. The idea would be for Rollins to turn on Breaker versus Breaker turning on Rollins to make Breaker a babyface, right? So the fact that given the wrestling logic would be Breaker and Reed turning on Rollins, does that make Rollins a babyface again? He just became a heel. The idea, and that also I think would make sense given that if he's going to be all out for the next several months, maybe even through WrestleMania season, he'll be gone long enough. He'll come back as a baby face and get his lick back. Probably start off with Rita, end with Breaker. But with that said, with vacating the title, who becomes, is what my question was going to be, who do you think becomes the next world champion on the Raw brand?
On Raw, man? Who would I like?
Because keep in mind, they've done a lot to move. Because I'll give you even some options here. So here's my head. I'm gonna give you 5 options. So one is CM Punk, who was set to wrestle Rollins, but now there's the injury. There's Gunther, who we've not seen, who is a previous world champion. There's obviously LA Knight, who they've talked about. There's Jey Uso, and then I'm going to say Braun Breaker. I'll say it one more time. Braun Breaker, LA Knight, Gunther, Jey Uso, or CM Punk. Who do you think is, of those 5, who do you think will be the world champion next?
Punk. I think Punk, just to set the backup for Rollins when he comes back.
And then you also move into a Punk Brock feud, which we got 350 years ago. We can get that again. All right. Is it time for a cameo? It is.
It is time for a cameo.
Hello,
Leia, want to say hi?
Oh.
Apparently she can't figure out how to put on the headphones.
No, because you put them like so down.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Leia.
yeah. Do you want to tell Brian what you did?
Good.
I see that.
No more braces.
I actually saw that on social media that you got the braces off. How's it feel?
Good. But now I have the retainer.
Your smile is great, and I'm sure Dad loved paying for braces, right?
And I'm sure he loves when I bite him.
Yeah, given the fact that he just spent money on those teeth, maybe not biting with the new chompers. All right. By the way, I love your t-shirt. Great shirt.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's because it's my nighttime wear.
Okay.
Oh, do you want to tell them how I guessed the thing in the 6th?
That's going to happen a little bit later.
But,
all right.
Yep, that's going to happen a little bit later.
All right, Princess. We're going to get ready back to the show.
Tell Brian
bye-bye.
But first, guess what?
What?
Me and Mother found a new show.
What's the new show?
Pretty Little Liars.
Anything is better than Grey's Anatomy, so go enjoy Pretty Little Liars. All right. Give me a bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Can I have the headphones back?
No.
Yeah, I need
Can I put them on you?
Sure.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Let's see how this goes.
Thank you.
That
all right, kiddo.
That was way more gentle than I thought you were gonna get, man. I was waiting for her to like slap inside your ears. All right, yeah, yep.
Yes,
I did tell her that maybe she shouldn't bite you with the new chompers. That I'm sure, her parental unit spent a good deal of money on those braces. Braces are not cheap, so
yes. Correct.
How about we not bite on the people with the brand new chompers, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. All right, my friend. All right, so with that being said, let's jump into the next bit of our show. Thank you for wrestling with me a little bit there, buddy.
All right, man. So the next part is the signals of the week.
Yes, sir.
This is where we go and we talk about all the stuff that we've been missing, all the stuff that we're following, all the stuff that we like, and kind of push it and see if you like it as well. Oh, I lost your voice, man.
Oh, you got me back?
There you go.
All right.
You're back.
So, yes, sir. So I'm going to start off with watching a movie that I really loved. So let's start off. Was it predictable? Yes. Was it too loud? Yes. Was it too bright? Yes.
Yeah.
Did I love every second of it? Absolutely. Because it stars Jared Leto, who, in my opinion, after Heath Ledger, is the best Joker. There's our Batman tie-in. And I absolutely dug Tron Ares. So you said you've also seen it. What are your thoughts on Tron Ares?
Dude, I liked it a lot. Leia liked it. I mean, okay. It's getting a lot of hate because people are hitting it on the story. Here's the deal, guys. You don't go to watch
I've never gone to a
Tron
Tron
movie for the story.
Never.
You go to
Never,
look
never,
at cool
never.
stuff.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
it's been that way since the 80s.
Even back with the original movie in the 80s, it wasn't some great script that took us on this emotional ride. It was the ride of the Tron bikes. It was the fact that we had not seen the idea of a world happening behind the computer screen. It was one of the first times that we really looked at these new things and that were becoming really common in our houses, not even knowing at some point we'd have these things in our pockets of the world that happened behind the screen. So Tron Legacy, and now Tron Ares, these all, again, give us a glimpse into the grid against that world. They gave us just enough Jeff Bridges to make me happy. It sets up really well for a sequel. They even gave us a little Agent Scully.
And you don't see her around too often anymore.
Did you ever watch the show Sex Education?
I did not.
So a couple reasons why you don't see her as much is that actually she moved to Britain. So that's where she lives. So Sex Ed, which is a show you can still stream it on Netflix. It was I think it was 4 seasons. Think about the idea of American Pie, but made as a series.
Okay.
But it's done really, really well. And it basically focuses on a group of high school students in Britain during their teen years doing the things that teenagers do. But Gillian Anderson plays the mother of the primary star, and to call her a MILF in this show is doing a disservice. Yes, all the yeses. So,
nice.
I mean, I'm going to pull full Daniel Bryan. Okay, or Brian Danielson, I guess now what we're supposed to call it. So, watch the show. Again, it's totally not for kids, but it actually is a really good show, really funny. I think you'll dig it. So, again, it's called Sex Education.
Cool. And I agree with you on Tron Ares. I'll bring up one thing here. So, we decided to watch The Sixth Sense.
Yes.
And because Leia has not seen it.
Okay.
And
makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. So she guessed the freaking ending. She guessed the twist about halfway through the freaking movie.
So did I.
She guessed it.
So did I. So, okay. I want you to tell me, did she tell you how she figured it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So pause 1 second.
Oh, you know what, Leia? Here, you say it. You tell Brian how he figured it out.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hey, Leia. Oh, okay, Leia, before you tell me how you figured it out, I want to share something. So I saw The Sixth Sense when it first came out long time ago. And I figured out the twist about middle way through the movie too. So I'm curious, but here's what I did. I told people in the theater, so people didn't like me. But I'm just curious, how did you figure it? I think we figured out the same way. How did you figure out the big twist in The Sixth Sense?
Well, so it was like, first of all, they never told us what happened after the beginning. Like, they never told us if he died or if he stayed alive. He just shows up. They never show his backside. He's always wearing a coat. And then he only has scenes with the kid. And the kid sees ghosts. And I was like, well, his wife doesn't talk to him. What if he's a ghost? Because... And he said that not every single ghost is scary. I was like, I think maybe he's a ghost.
All right, that's enough.
We
give me back my headset. No, don't bite.
I'm gonna tell your dad more, but we figured it out in a very similar way. So congratulations, great job.
How did you figure it out?
I figured it out because similar. He always wears a coat, and if you watch the movie closely, similar deal. He only ever talks to the kid, even when he's in a room with other people. The only person ever responds to him is the kid, and he wears the same clothes other than the coat. He wears the same clothes. And he wears the same coat. 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 And he wears the s that he takes off in some scenes, he wears the same clothes throughout the movie. So there it is. There it is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That was fantastic. Great job. That's a great job.
Give me the headphones.
Well, bye-bye, people.
Bye-bye.
All right, yes.
Just let me know your kid is better than
Sixth
your
Sense.
stuff.
She got it. I did not, but I'm going to claim it because she's made on my sperm.
I'm gonna give my real quick. Yep, I'm gonna give my real quick response when I saw it. So I figured it out too. So I told Leia how I figured, and here's how I felt. Very similar to her, but also I figured out if you watch the movie, other than taking off the overcoat, he never changes clothes. He wears the same outfit throughout the movie. And the other part was when I figured it out, I was actually in the movie theater and I was so excited. I, in the movie theater, yelled, "He's a flipping ghost." I didn't realize because I was so excited, and people go. So I ruined the movie for like 80 people.
That's amazing.
Which also made me very proud because at the end of the movie, when they do the reveal, like, yes, I flipping knew it. I flipping knew he was a ghost. Okay, all
That's
right.
awesome.
So she's very smart, and again, she is the fruit of your loins, my friend. So
That's
good
right.
job out of you. All right, yes, sir.
What do you got next?
All right, sir. So within that, we saw some really cool finales. We saw the Peacemaker finale, which is setting up fantastic. So anyone that's really worried that Guns is talking about he probably is not going to do another season of Peacemaker, does not mean Peacemaker's done. That character is just moving to the movies. The Rainmaker finale, dude. The Rainmaker finale. Have you seen it yet?
That was the finale? Episode 9 was the finale. Oh wait, no, there's one more episode.
There's one more episode.
So I have not
10.
seen episode 10. So
I will not
on
spoil it
streaming,
other
it's 1
than
week out.
Okay. It's fantastic. It's
Okay,
fantastic.
well, all right.
No
all right,
spoilers,
cool.
but they
No
build
spoiler on
great.
that one, yeah.
Okay, and then the Gen V, which I said Cypher again. I'm not sure if you're watching Gen V or if you caught the most recent. Did you see the episode from this week?
I have not, but go ahead and spoil it.
All right, I knew again.
You called it.
I called it, meaning this. So the big thing they've talked about the last few episodes, you've got the burn victim in the hyperbaric chamber, and then you've got Cypher, right? So remember that Kate, who has the psychic abilities, doesn't. I'm sorry, not Kate. Marie, who has basically she's a bloodbender. By the way, I'm surprised that they didn't sue, because in one of the episodes where they have Kate and her partner battle, they literally call Kate a bloodbender. And I'm like, I'm surprised. I'm surprised Avatar, Nickelodeon, somebody hasn't trademarked the term bloodbender. But not only do they say it, it's actually on the screen. She is called the bloodbender. So just throwing that out there. And if it's not copywritten or whatever, that's fine. Anyway, with that being said, the big thing was Marie learns that what makes her power so extraordinary is not only can she, use blood as a weapon, she can use her powers to heal people. And what we find out is very severe injuries that we've discussed the last couple of episodes. So they break into and without giving you all the details of it, she uses her powers to heal the burn victim, who we learn is Thomas Godolkin. That's not a spoiler. They talk about it in the show, leading up to it. However, I've been consistently going, I bet you Cypher, because Marie says there's no V in Cypher's body. However, Cypher shows powers and doesn't respond to pain. I bet you, so my thought was, watch the burn, before I knew it was Godolkin, watch the gentleman in the hyperbaric chamber be the person with the powers, and they are just manipulating the body of the character known as Cypher. And that is the big reveal at the end of it, is that Godolkin is controlling a guy. He literally was like a pizza delivery dude, that he has been Cypher. There is no Cypher, it's only Godolkin. And that leads to the things we'll see. That leads to, I'm assuming next week is probably the season finale, but it's been a great season, and it's going to definitely be the showdown between Godolkin and Marie, and I can't wait to see how that plays out. But yeah, and they've given us an additional big bad. They've also, I don't know how many episodes maybe you're back, they've also given us our guy, Giancarlo Esposito. His character has returned and is just again fantastic. So Giancarlo Esposito does not miss. All right, sir.
Just a little bit to add to that. Boston Blue. Did you get a chance to watch Boston Blue?
No, that has dropped. Okay, I will check
it
that
has
out.
Dropped. The first episode. It's good. It's good. It's a lot like the other. It's a lot like
does it feature a bunch that might be a little funky? No, it does have a new kid on the block. Okay, I don't know if his brother showed up or not. All right, cool. Go.
That's right. Yeah. And then the other TV show I want to talk just a little bit about. Did you get a chance to watch 911 Nashville?
I started, did not finish it, but
it's stupid.
Is it? Okay.
I can't do. We only watched one episode, and dude, I'm not buying it. I can't get invested in it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give it probably 2 or 3 episodes before I finally say like I'm done.
Sure.
But man, I would love watch the first episode and let me know what you think.
I will.
Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know.
Well,
but like I'm just like I like the first episode. I don't care about any of the characters. So like I don't know who. I mean, and you had a good cast. You got Chris O'Donnell. You got Kimberly Paisley, Williams. You got Liam Rhines.
Yep.
You know, I mean, like, and you got the guy that should be the next Nightwing in there. You'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The guy's name.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So, that's 911 Nashville, man. I haven't reviewed it on TikTok or anything yet with the Signal review system. But I do want to talk just for a minute about a couple of comics and what's going on a little bit in DC. There is a big event happening right now called DC KO. Okay. And it's set
Kevin Owens in it? Is Kevin Owens in it?
I wish he was in it.
Okay.
But it's set up as like a bracket fight. But so pretty much the short and skinny of it is a giant kaiju-sized Doomsday comes around and he is destroying everything, everywhere, all at once. He kills Superman. He kills all of them. Superman, Batman, everybody.
Okay.
But then I forget their names. But anyway, all these super beings, they take everybody and they send them back in time 1 week. It's the only time that they can do it. And they come to find out that the heart is in Earth, and Darkseid needs his heart. So. But you have to there's certain criteria you got to reach, and you have to have all these people who's going to have to fight for it. And that's kind of the setup of the KO.
Gotcha.
Spoiler alert, Batman's dead. They kill off Batman twice in one issue. I mean, obviously it's Batman, and he's way thought over all of this. So, I mean, like, is he dead? Is he really dead?
Right.
Probably not, right?
We know the rule in comic books, the only person that stays dead is Uncle Ben, and we haven't even stuck to that. So yes.
Yeah, but there's some things I like. The art's really cool. I mean, it's a fine story. Scott Snyder's writing it, but also like I don't know if I dig. Like I don't think Superman should be in it.
Sure.
Superman shouldn't be in something like this.
Sure. Supergirl,
I buy in it. But like they all get cool weapons and they're gonna go in, but they're going to have a crossover here coming up with a lot of other people. Sub-Zero is going to be officially entering the DC canon.
Nice.
Which I mean, they both owned by Warner Brothers, so I mean that's not far-fetched.
Sure.
And then also Annabelle, and there's a couple of other horror things coming in.
Okay.
They get something with Dynamite. Red Sonja's going to be in there.
Nice.
I forget the other one. There's a few other ones that I'm actually pretty excited about.
Nice.
That's DCKO. Check issue 1 just came out, and then Absolute Batman number 13 dropped, and this one was awesome. This is they're finished with the Bane arc really right now. Pretty much, Batman is offering to fight Bane in an arena. You know, one man stand. You know and Catwoman shows up, Harley Quinn shows up, and it's good. It's I like what they did with Harley Quinn. I really like what they did with Catwoman. The art is fantastic. Bruce has a bat symbol or venom scars on his back now.
Oh,
from the torture. See, because Bane has had him for like 16 months, and he's torturing him, trying to break him because Bane wants Bruce Wayne to take over his spot.
Got you.
And Absolute Batman is so fantastic. This is also written by Scott Snyder. I didn't do that on purpose, but anyway, yeah, man. Dude, if you're into comics, check those out. I highly recommend it. I did 23 out of 25 on both of them last week. So good.
I am scrolling the KO bracket, and I gotta say, my early pick has.
You see Firestorm in there?
I saw Firestorm, so my heart pick wants to go Firestorm, even Cyborg, but I gotta honestly go our main man Lobo. It's gotta be Lobo. It has to be Lobo.
That'd be cool. I dig it.
It'll be Superman, but it's gotta be Lobo, right?
Yeah, so, I kind of agree. But also,
I love that
more spoilers.
Not going by the Flash, but please.
One of the characters is an imposter and is actually Darkseid. That you don't know who. So there's also the whodunit in there as well.
Ooh,
so somebody in there isn't who they say they are.
Plastic Man. Plastic Man's got to be Darkseid. Just looking at the bracket, it's got to be Plastic Man.
That definitely tracks. That fits. So, Brian, I got a quick question for you, man. A couple quick questions, actually.
Okay, let's do it.
What shows are you excited to come back? Or, like, what shows are you most looking forward to right now since this is premiere season?
Oh, well, High Potential's already started, so big.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. That, and honestly, a show that I didn't dig at first, but I started to dig, was Watson. So I think Watson ended really strongly, and just a show because it's so quirky. I love Elsbeth. It gives me so much the feelings of Monk that I hadn't gotten in a while. That I love the good wife and the good fight. So seeing Elsbeth come back is really good. Again, the new season of High Potential. I gotta say, not loving it as quite as much as I love this season, but I think it's gonna grow. And just if I can rewind just a minute back to 911. So I love the original series of 911. It got
pretty bad.
I'm getting there. And then 911 Lone Star had me for a bit, but 911 Lone Star, because just the general premise of the show is that they have these things that people have to call into 911. And the first season is really 911, where Connie Britton was the 911 operator, and these seem to be very specific type of things that can happen in the real world. Now they get more and more ludicrous with the things that lead to the call. And of course, this one particular group of 911 of a first responder of the fire team and the medical team, no matter what happens, they've seen it, they know what to do. They always have the perfect. I mean, they've taken MacGyver up past the idea of like. I remember something you watched MacGyver and go, how does he know all this stuff, right? But now you happen to have by chance this group of 911, the 126, I think, is one from 911, and they can always solve the issues, whatever. They can always solve the crime. Same deal with Lone Star. So I'm not shocked, and I actually have not watched the most recent season. If it's already dropped, I'm actually not can bring myself to watch it, because when they showed me that 911 goes to space, that's it. You lost it. That literally is Fonzie jumping the shark in Happy Days. You have sent Angela Bassett, who is an LAPD sergeant, I believe, God love her, but you sent her to space.
Yeah. And if you're gonna do the campy, embrace it, right?
Do the camp.
Do it. But that's not what the show is. It's not supposed to be that.
Yes.
You know, you can do a show and have like more realistic calls.
Yes.
And instead of like fire tornado or Sharknadoes.
It really is a Sharknado moment. Yes.
Yeah, you know, I mean, like, why would anybody want to live in LA in that LA?
Right.
In that multiverse.
Well, I mean, ER was on for 20 years or so, and yeah, you could probably pick out a couple things here and there, but ER for the most part could give us 20, back when seasons were 20 plus episodes, they gave us 20 years of fairly realistic things, and if there wasn't anything happening in ER, it focused on the lot, and that's the whole deal with all the 911 shows, at least with 911 and 911 Lone Star, they at least started with interesting characters that they could have just focused on the characters, but then again, they had to jump the shark, and that is. All right, before we move forward, I do have a bit of movie trivia that I found out since you mentioned The Sixth Sense.
Perfect, because I have a couple more questions for you, too. But before you do that...
Yeah, do your questions first.
Okay, that's fine. But about 911.
Yes.
Never mind, I forgot.
Okay, I threw you off there, buddy.
No, you're good. You're good. All right. You want my questions first, or
give me your question. I'll throw mine at you. Yeah, you give me your questions first, but
so I'm looking forward to Welcome to Derry comes out here on the 26th.
I forgot about Welcome to Derry. Absolutely, yes.
And then, are you a Bruce Springsteen fan? Are you excited for the movie?
He gave us Courtney Cox, so yes, I'm excited for the Bruce Springsteen movie. Yeah, what is it? Rescue Me from Nowhere or something like that?
Man, whatever. I don't like Bruce Springsteen, but the movie looks really good.
The movie looks really interesting, and here's the deal. I probably, if I went through my little account the other day, I have about 4,000 songs on my playlist. If I went through those 4,000 songs, I'll be shocked if I have more than one Bruce Springsteen song. And that's probably
Glory Days or Born in the USA?
Born in the USA. Glory Days, I think that's a better song, though. But I think Born in the USA.
Agree.
I think probably Born in the USA was playing someplace, and I thought, I'll add that. Dance in the Dark is overrated, things of that nature. I think the best thing that Bruce Springsteen probably did is We Are the World, when he's on that. By the way, another great thing to watch, if you've not seen the We Are the World documentary, which is on Netflix, watch that. It is a great documentary. They actually talk about how Bruce Springsteen was really intimidated during that because he was in there with Prince, Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, all these people he felt were great musicians, that he wasn't sure if he could actually keep up with them. So yeah, a little fun fact for you: when Springsteen does his section, they literally cleared the studio. And it was only Bruce Springsteen and I forget if it was Lionel Richie or Stevie Wonder. It might have been Stevie Wonder. It literally was Stevie Wonder sang the Bruce Springsteen part the way that Bruce Springsteen was supposed to do it, and basically told him this is how you sing it, but they cleared the studio so he could do his part. So I thought that was really cool. All right.
That's cool.
So anyway, as a little fun fact, but yeah, I will definitely watch it because the movie looks interesting, and I think Springsteen's got a really cool story to tell. So yeah, I am excited for the movie. We've seen a lot of these in the last few years. We've seen we're going back to Jamie Foxx with Ray. Then we saw the Freddie Mercury movie, was fantastic. Elton John, Elvis, obviously. They just did the Bob Dylan one not that long ago, and now we're getting Springsteen, which is cool because as these individuals get older and older, it's cool to hear their stories, especially while they're still around. Yeah. But Welcome to Derry, I am remiss for not remembering that. That is without a doubt the show that I'm most excited to see.
Nice. All right, man. What do you got?
All right, sir. So here's my question. So M. Night Shyamalan, who is the writer and director of movies that you mentioned, The Sixth Sense, a lot of his movies that go in his filmography, there's The Sixth Sense, there's Signs, there's The Happening, The Lady in the Water, Devil, and of course the horrendous Razzie winner for worst movie of the year, his take on The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Do you know the first script that he wrote that became a movie? I'll give you a hint. It is none of the ones we've mentioned. His first actual writing credit for a movie, he did some things on TV as well, but his first writing credit was for a movie that I'm curious if you know his absolutely first big screen movie writing credit was.
I do not.
She's All That.
What?
The
What?
original script for She's All That was panned by the studio, and they needed it rewritten. So this up-and-coming writer named M. Night Shyamalan was tasked to rewrite She's All That.
I love this. I love this tidbit.
He wrote, technically the rewrite, but he wrote She's All That.
Wow.
There it is, sir.
I mean,
There
that
it
is the top of '90s teen man.
The show, yeah,
and
exactly.
we got Rachel Lee Cook.
Yeah.
Woo.
If you watch any movies that spoof '90s, they are adding in She's All That and Clueless are probably the two that get spoofed the most when you talk about '90s movies, especially that teen era, maybe a little bit of American Pie. But She's All That is absolutely there. So, yeah, absolutely. By the way, who would you say is more? If you had to cast a She's All That, who would be for you the She's All That, given these characters from Batman? Catwoman, Poison Ivy, or Talia al Ghul? Who really is She's All That?
Oh damn! But like, with the She's All That, you got to start off with the geeky person that can get to the super hot, right?
Yes.
So
yes,
I gotta go Poison Ivy,
which was both made me happy and also broke my heart. I love the way Gotham reimagined the Catwoman character until they recast the adult version of Catwoman.
And they did it for Poison Ivy too.
When they redid Poison Ivy, I meant like when because they did like she morphed. So there was like three or four different actresses that played Poison Ivy. The first actor played the adult version of Poison Ivy. Then they changed it like, yeah. That was done out of necessity. Here's my last probably fun show track. They actually had to recast that because that actress because while the show was on hiatus, she got a series regular to a show called Mr. Iglesias, starring Julio Iglesias. So if you watch Mr. Iglesias, she plays the redhead teacher. That's the actress. Completely different roles, by the way. She actually got that role, which actually was a more lucrative and a bigger role in a show than what she had being in and out of an ensemble show like Gotham. And that's why they had to recast the character of the adult version of Poison Ivy. But by the way, how they took Catwoman as well, but I agree with you. If you go in that path, you got to go Poison Ivy or Pamela Ivy as She's All That. And so, by the way, probably the worst date ever would be the Harvey Dent Pam Isley date. That's probably the worst date ever.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, my friend.
Are you ready for some games?
Let's do it. Why don't you lead off with the games? I led off. Yeah, why don't you open the games?
All right, man. So my game for you is I'm bringing back the Constellation. So Constellation is where we take 2 stars of pop culture through the dark skies of cinema, linking them in as few movies as possible. It's part detective work, part movie magic, and all connected under one cinematic night sky.
So and what you're saying, the Constellation is if Batman and Zatanna had a baby, and why have we not had that yet?
Dude, so I would rather Zatanna be with Dick Grayson, or even maybe Jason Todd.
I see Jason Todd more than Dick Grayson because in my head, in my DC Universe dating game, Dick can own Dick Grayson. Pause.
It's Barbara Gordon. Yeah. Barbara Gordon or
I was
maybe
thinking Starfire. I was thinking Starfire more than Barbara Gordon, but either one of them. But again, the last joke, that's Batman broke so many bro codes in the Killing Joke. Yeah. It's like, dude.
Or Suntoads.
Yeah, right? Right?
Or
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, got you. Facts. All right. Or at least, yeah, absolutely. So, all right. So with that being said, sir, let's hit with this Constellation, bro.
All right, Brian. Tonight, I need you to connect Jared Leto.
Okay.
So, because we were talking about Tron Ares.
Yep.
And then we started talking a little bit about The Sixth Sense. Okay. So I was thinking, like, do I do Haley Joel Osment on this one? Because that might be interesting. But then I couldn't even connect that in my head. So I said no.
And Haley Joel Osment has had a pretty small filmography, so yeah, it was not surprising to me. I mean, as hot as he was, kind of Sixth, there was like The Sixth Sense, there was Pay It Forward, there was AI, and then not. Yeah,
no, that wasn't
Sam.
That's Dakota Fanning.
Yeah. Do you know Haley Joel Osment's first movie?
Oh,
his first.
It was.
Oh, bro.
What? No, I know you're. I'm gonna hit myself.
It's a small role, and I give you a hint. It's at the very end of the movie.
Tell me.
He plays Forrest Gump's son in Forrest Gump.
Wow.
That is Haley Joel Osment. That is Haley Joel Osment. By the way, Emily Osment, congratulations. Yes.
Georgia man. George. Yeah, that is the second season's coming out anytime now.
Yeah, and you might be my first marriage too. All right, so
right. All right, Brian. All right,
hit me up. Okay, so
you need to connect Jared Leto to the one, the only.
Is it Bruce Willis?
Willis?
I knew it had to be Bruce Willis. Okay, by the way, I love my Key and Peele, so Bruce Willis. Okay, Jared Leto to Bruce Willis. Okay.
I can do it in one.
Wow.
There's one actor that can connect to both.
Oh. Okay, let me think about this a little bit.
You got it, buddy.
Love it. I love that. Okay. Let's have a little bit of pressure there, right? Okay. I'm thinking this through. Part of me goes this. I'm thinking about movies that had really big ensemble casts and the likelihood of them having some type of overlap. So for me, Bruce Willis has too many movies to be approached from the Bruce Willis side of it. So I'm thinking the Jared Leto side. So my first thought would be Matthew McConaughey, because I absolutely love the Dallas Buyers Club, and Jared Leto won an Oscar for that, which I think was well deserved. I think Matthew McConaughey also won. I think McConaughey won for lead actor and Leto won for supporting actor. So part of me is who is in the Dallas Buyers Club, because I think again that movie it's just overall a great movie, but I'm thinking who was in that movie. So looking at that, so we've got Leto, obviously. We've got McConaughey. We've got who else? Oh, we've got Jennifer Garner. Okay, so I'm gonna pause as I think these through. So we've got Jennifer Garner. Trying to think, was she in anything? I can see she's been in multiple movies. I'm trying to think of the Garner filmography as well. Again, it would be a direct link from Garner to Bruce Willis. Okay, then the other one, again, with Jared Leto in it, the other thing I'm thinking, obviously, is Suicide Squad, where he plays the Joker. And looking at people in that one, again, let me think here. This is tough. So,
I might have you.
I'm not giving up yet, but as I'm thinking it through, like, I'm not quite giving it up yet, but, okay, let me think here. So, and then so Suicide Squad, you've got Will Smith. You've got, oh gosh, I'm blanking on her name now, who played Amanda Waller. Got Margot Robbie. Shoot.
Both have been in a lot of movies.
Yep. And then the other Leto one that I'm thinking about would be, because it's recent, would be Morbius.
So you got Matt Smith, and he's done a lot of ensemble stuff.
Absolutely. So part of me is thinking maybe Morbius because it's the most recent of those. And I didn't even think about Tron Ares, but I'm thinking that might be too obvious. So when looking at Morbius, we've got Matt Smith, like you said, Tyrese Gibson, but I don't think Tyrese and Bruce Willis. Wait. That might be. Let me think here. Have Tyrese and Bruce Willis? Oh, shoot. All right, give me like 2 more seconds, and I think I'm gonna have to.
You're good. You are good, buddy.
I'm tapping.
All right, man. Okay, here it is. So Jared Leto starred in a huge movie that had an ensemble cast. Among the cast was Harrison Ford. The movie was Blade Runner 2049.
Oh.
And in Blade Runner 2049, there was Ryan Gosling. Yes, enough.
Yeah.
Was also in 2012 movie called Luke. Yeah. Bruce Willis.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. That was some obscureness, but well done, sir. Well done. All right, my friend. Did you have another one for me?
That's it. What do you got for me?
All right. So mine, before I move into my honest ad, I have, again, dusting off a same plot, different characters. So this is where I describe a movie using the same actors and actresses, but describe it using other films and roles in their filmography. So I will read this as many times as you want. I'll give you 3 guesses, see if you can figure it out. So are you ready for the same plot, different characters? All right, here we go. This sister act is truly the wind beneath our wings. A story that could have taken place in Erie, Indiana, and features an American beauty. We see that life can go from footloose in one moment to big business in another. We'll learn not only what women want, but that no matter what, hope floats. When you combine a nun, a singer, and a newspaper columnist, truly magic happens.
All right, give it to you one more time.
Yes, sir. This sister act is truly the wind beneath our wings. A story that could have taken place in Erie, Indiana, and features an American beauty. We see that life can go from footloose in one moment to big business in another. We learn not only what women want, but that no matter what, hope floats. When you combine a nun, a singer, and a newspaper columnist, true magic happens.
Man.
That's
so okay, so I get the Whoopi Goldberg.
You get 3 guesses.
Yep, so I get the Whoopi Goldberg. I get the Bette Midler.
I'm gonna help you. No, go ahead. No, I think you're on the right track. No, go for it. Go ahead.
Okay. I get the Kevin Spacey in there. I get the either Helen Hunt or Mel Gibson in there. What am I missing? What am I missing? All right, one more time.
Yes, sir. All right, so this sister act is truly the wind beneath our wings, and a story that could have taken place in Erie, Indiana, and features an American beauty. We see that life can go from footloose in one moment to big business in another. We'll learn not only what women want, but no matter what, hope floats. When you combine a nun, a singer, and a newspaper columnist, truly magic happens.
Wow. Dude. All right, give me a hint.
You see it a lot this time of year. The movie is very popular this time of year. Which
oh my gosh, Hocus Pocus.
Absolutely, Hocus
Pocus. Duh. Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna unpack it for the audience.
Yep,
so
it wasn't Whoopi Goldberg.
So the first one is Sister Act, which features Kathy and Jimmy.
Yep.
As a very loud singer. Wind Beneath Our Wings, that's a reference to Bette Midler and the song from Beaches. The story that could take place in Erie, Indiana. Omri Katz, who's also in it. He was a star of Erie, Indiana. American Beauty actually features Thora Birch, who plays the little sister. In this, fun fact with that, have you seen American Beauty? We mentioned Kevin Spacey. So Thora Birch, famously in that movie, does a nude scene. And in that nude scene, her real age was 16. So because she's a minor, she played a 16-year-old, and she is legitimately 16. So Hollywood rules are you can actually do a nude scene, I think, at the age of 16. However, your parents have to be present. So she's given interviews that in that scene, right off of camera, were both of her parents who got to watch her take her top off for that scene. So Hollywood, they're not quite like us, okay? And she mentioned her mom and her dad there. So at this point, I can guess if they go, hey, Leia, we got an idea for you. We're going to pay you some money. Here's what you got to do. I get a feeling you would tell them to put that script. All right.
Yeah,
okay. Footloose, which featured Sarah Jessica Parker. Big Business, which featured, so we also talk about the Erie, Indiana, and American Beauty. Life Can Go from Footloose, that was an early film that Sarah Jessica Parker was in. Big Business is also features Bette Midler. We learn not only what women want, which not only is an idea that what the movie's about, but also Bette Midler has a short appearance in What Women Want with Mel Gibson and Helen Hunt, and she plays the therapist, also smokes a joint. And then No Matter What Happens, Hope Floats, again featuring, I want to say Kathy and Jimmy in that one, maybe it was Sarah Jessica Parker. But here's the part that really should have sealed it for you. A nun, reference back to Kathy and Jimmy. A singer, Bette Midler. And then a newspaper columnist, Sarah Jessica Parker, in her role as Carrie Bradshaw in Sex and the City. But you figured it out, my friend. Great job. So yes, same plot, different characters was. You could have argued Hocus Pocus or Hocus Pocus 2, but definitely Hocus Pocus. Good job.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, man. Are you ready for the honest ad?
I am, sir. So here we go. So if anybody follows me on social media, we're talking about those socials here at the end. I cannot stand candy corn. I cannot. So every month of October, every day I make a candy corn hate post that I call Candy Corn Shade. So here's my honest ad. I couldn't let the month of October get past us without giving my honest ad for candy corn. Trick or treat, smell my feet. Give me something good to eat. If you don't, I don't care. I'll pull down your underwear. Candy corn, please don't give. We'll throw eggs at the house you live. It tastes bad and hurts my jaw. Candy corn should be against the law. One more time in this rhyme, candy corn gets no shine. All the smoke, all the shade. Why was this ever made? Now I'm done. My time is up. Please remember the Reese's peanut butter cups.
Well done.
My honest ad for candy corn.
All right, Brian, let's get some better than us humans of the week for me. I got a shout out to Kendall, my oldest daughter, because her birthday was yesterday. She is 23.
Happy birthday, Kendall.
I'm so proud of you, kiddo. I got to shout out Anna, my 16-year-old. She's taking her driver's test tomorrow.
Good luck, good luck.
Absolutely. And Kaylee, she is taking her fourth and final of the CPA exams also tomorrow. And then I got to give also for Leia for getting her braces off. So I just got to hit all the women in my life.
Women are rocking it, my friend. They are rocking it, my friend. All right. For me, I got to spend yesterday afternoon. We're recording on Sunday, October 19th. So on Saturday, October 18th, I got to spend time at the Iowa Ability Fair, which is celebrating and sponsored by the Spina Bifida Association. It was at Easter Seals, Iowa. So any of my listeners are in Iowa, especially Central Iowa, these are two great organizations to give a follow and give some support to. We got to be out there talking to individuals, getting the chat up, and really supporting individuals who are working with sometimes some tough obstacles, but are really doing really, really great things. Got to see a lot of friends, students, colleagues, and this was a great way to spend my afternoon, and got a pretty good turkey sandwich out of the deal. So nice. That works. So Easter Seals, Spina Bifida, especially my friends Tracy Kenninger and Kevin Dalen. Great. See you next year. And y'all are collectively my Better Than Us humans of the week.
I love it. All right, Brian, it is time to close shop. What are your words of wisdom?
As always, so first off, we want to thank all of you for surviving the pandemic, for all of you testing nerd positive, now all of you for answering the call of the bat signals across the multiverse. As Brad and I send you out into your week, please remember these words of wisdom, which are, first off, never give up, never surrender, and please remember, Goonies, never say die.
You know, if ducks can look calm on the surface while paddling like crazy underneath, so can you today. Be like toast. Even when you're burnt, you're still part of breakfast. And you know what? You're like a goldfish. You might forget what you're doing, but you always keep swimming. All right, guys. And with that, the signal fades into the night.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for tuning into the Bat Signals from the Multiverse. We'll light it up again next week, so keep your eyes peeled for TikToks and shorts dropping all week long, and watch for those emergency beacons for your chance to jump into the chaos. Every week we shine the signal bright on one property, so send me your requests. Don't forget, follow, like, drop a comment, share, and leave a 5-star review to help keep the signal shining. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. And remember, when the dice rolls and the cards flip, anything can happen in the Nerdageddon Tournament of Awesome. That'll be happening very, very soon.
Absolutely.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye, folks.